Good evening, students. Am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Students, am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you for confirming, students. Thank you. So today is the second day of our new batch number 184. My name is Ritu. And in case of any queries, you can contact our team at the email that is support@logiclabstech.com. For course content, you can scan on this QR code. Course fee is 4,000 rupees, 3,999. And first 5 sessions will be free to attend. On the 6th session, Zoom link will be changed. Okay. And it will be shared with the registered participants only. In case of session updates, you need to join our WhatsApp community group. This is the WhatsApp link on which you need to, from which you need to join us. So let's start. Let's start with the session today. So hope whatever we have discussed yesterday is clear to you. Let's take a quick recap of what we have discussed yesterday. Okay. So yesterday we discussed what is Python. We discussed that Python is a general purpose, simple, platform independent, highly interpreted and high level programming language. Students, we are starting from scratch. Applications one can develop by using Python is web applications. We can develop the artificial intelligence applications. Just hold for a second, students. Yes, development of gaming applications. Just hold for a second. Thank you for being on hold. So we can develop the text processing based applications, business applications, audio and video based applications such as YouTube, web scraping, harvesting applications, data visualizations. So numerical and complex mathematical operations can also be solved with the help of Python programming. One can develop canned and CAM applications. So there are lot many applications. Okay. In every field required nowadays, every field, Python is the hottest running programming language. Now, after that, we discussed about the history of Python, in which we came to know that it was conceived in year 1980. Python was conceived in year 1980. Okay, and brought into the action, implemented in year 1989. Officially released was on 1991, February 20. Guido van Rossum was the father of Python programming language. He developed Python programming. It was developed in Centre Wiskunde Informatica Institute in Netherlands. And Python programming language is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization, Python Software Foundation in Netherlands itself. Official website, from where we can easily download the Python software, that is www.python.org. Then we discussed about the versions of Python, where we know that the three types of version are the major versions, 1, 2, and 3. And after that, when we have point X, point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are the minor versions. The latest version of Python, which is running nowadays, is Python 3.11.4. Okay, and 3.12 will be released soon in October. So we recommend you to download the Python 3.11 version from www.python.org. Told you the downloading process of Python yesterday. If anybody wants to know it again, just let me know in the chat box so that I can help you out. Then we discussed about the features of Python. We started discussing about the features of Python. Muhammad Ali. Okay, one of the students has raised the hand. Yes, please unmute yourself, Muhammad.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know how to download it.
You don't know how to download it. No problems. I'll tell you again. Okay? Okay. So one of the students has problem. He wants me to help him in downloading process. No problems. I'll tell you about that. First, you need to go to Chrome. Just go ahead with www. This is official website. Go to that. Open that. In this, whenever you open this the official website, you will get this type of page. This type of page will come in front of you. After that, you need to go to downloads. You need to go to downloads. And here you will get download for Windows Python 3.11.4. You need to click on this. Need to click on this. See, it will be open. Now I am getting this because modify, repair, uninstall can. But I am not going to make any changes because it is already there in my system. You will get the install option in here. You need to click on install and you will be able to install it easily. Clear? Okay. I am getting these options because it is already there in my system. You need to click on install and you will be able to install. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead now. Now, this is the downloading process. Now, let's go ahead. We were discussing about the features. Features of Python. What are the features? What do we understand by the feature? Features of language are nothing but services and facilities provided by the language developers in the language. So these are the facilities provided by the language developers for the programmers. Okay, this will help them in developing the real-time applications. And Python programming has 11 features. Now, what are those? Simple, freeware and open source, platform independent language, dynamically typed programming language, interpreted programming language, high level, robust, extensible, embedded, both functional and object oriented. After that, it supports the third party APIs such as NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib, SkyPy, Skycat. Now, from these 11 features, yesterday we have discussed about the 4 features: simple, freeware and open source, platform independent, and dynamically typed. So, student is asking me, could you just send that PDF which you are presenting? Pradeep, this will be shared with the paid candidates. I have already shared this. I have already shared this with my team. They will definitely share it with the paid candidates. Rest YouTube videos for the first 3 days you'll get. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead now. Python is inspired from the 4 different programming languages. One is it has learned functional programming from C language, object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming language from Modulo 3, and scripting programming from Perl. Now, let's go ahead. Let's start with the features. How is the Python programming called a simple programming language? Python is one of the simple programming language because of the 3 factors. 3 important technical factors. First is because of its rich set of APIs. APIs means application programming interface. Libraries are it's a rich set of APIs means it has a rich set of libraries. So that Python programmers can reuse and predefine code without writing our own code, and hence Python-based applications are easy to develop. Now, what is APIs? APIs are application programming interface. It is a collection of modules. It is a collection of modules. And a module is what? Is a collection of functions, variables, class. Now, factor 2, Python programming provides the garbage collector. Python programming provides the garbage collector. What does the garbage collector do? It removes the unused memory space and which helps in improvement of Python performance. So, garbage collector takes care about the automatic memory management. Automatic memory management. Third factor, Python programming provides the user-friendly syntaxes. User-friendly syntaxes so that the Python programmer can develop error-free programs in the limited span of time. Clear? Secondly, why it is platform independent? Platform independent language means its data types remain same for all the OSs. In effective platform independent language, all types of values will store in the form of objects. Please remember this, that any effective platform independent language stores all the values in the form of objects. That is the only reason we can store the unlimited amount of data in this. So if we talk about the Java object contains the size restriction. But if we talk about the Python, they are not size restricted. It contains the unlimited size and unlimited values can be stored. In Python, all values are stored in the form of objects. Now, freeware and open source. It is freeware and open source because it is freely downloaded from its official website. That is Python software. Which is the official website? www.python.org. Open source, standard name of Python is the CPython. So, whichever company vendors came forward and customized it with the CPython, whichever the company vendors come, they can use it in their own way. Like JPython. It is used for running the Java-based applications. IronPython used for run C#.NET application. MicroPython used to develop the microcontrollers. RubyPython used to used to Ruby based applications. Anaconda Python used to run Hadoop applications. Hadoop means big data application. Now I have told you the difference between the dynamically typed and the static type. We have two types of languages. One is static typed and second is dynamically typed. Static typed is a language in which it is a programming language in which we need to define a variable with data type. Like I have given an example here. Integer A, B, C. We need to mention, we need to declare the variable. See, variable declaration is mandatory. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. So we need to know that this is an integer type. Like in C++, C and Java or .NET, we need to declare that. But if we talk about the Python programming, we need not to declare. Like if we'll type A is equal to 10, B is equal to 1.2, we need not to mention it. When we write print A type of A, it will automatically declares that what type of class it is. Let me show you one more time, although I have already discussed it yesterday. Let's go ahead. Let's take A is equal to 10, B is equal to 12.3, C is equal to A plus B. Now, print A, comma, type of A. Now, we need not to specify what type of data or variable it is. See, this is a class int. Now, print B, comma, type of B. Here, this is a class float. Now, print C, type of C. This is again a class float. So we need not to mention it. We need not to declare it. It will automatically present the what type of class it is. Okay. So this we have discussed yesterday. So today what we are going to discuss is, let's start with the today's topic. Hope everything, whatever we have discussed yesterday was clear to you. Is that clear? No questions? No problems. Let's proceed further. Let's go ahead with the J2 now. Features of Python continued. Features of Python continued. Now, when we are talking about the features of Python, just a second, students. Okay. Fifth feature. It is an interpreted programming language. What do we understand by interpreted programming language? Whenever we develop any Python program, we need to save the file with an extension that is .py. Every time, whenever we develop any Python programming language, we need to save the file with the name that is .py. So whenever we execute Python program, two processes takes place internally. One is the compilation process and second is the execution process. Now, what is the difference between the compilation process and the execution process? In compilation process, Python source code submit the Python compiler and reads the source code, checks for the errors, verify the syntax, and if no errors found, then Python compilers convert it into the bytecode that is .py. If the error found, then the error will be displayed on the close. This is the internal process. The compilation process is totally the internal process. See what happens in. I'll show you in the diagram also. Python source code submit the Python compiler and reads the reads the source code, check for the error. Okay. Rida Fatima has raised the hand. Okay. Please unmute yourself. Rida Fatima, please unmute yourself. Okay, I think she has raised the hand by mistake. Okay. Sukani. Sukani. Okay, Sukani, please unmute yourself. Sukani, do you want to ask anything? No problem. Let's go ahead. Now what happens is, in the Python source code submit to the Python compiler, where it reads the source code and check for the syntax. Syntax is what I have told you. It's the formula. Okay. And if there is no error, then what does the Python compiler do? It converts it into the intermediate bytecode. Okay, with an extension that is .pyc. File name with .pyc will be converted. Please remember, this is an internal process. And if the error is there, then the error will be displayed on the console. Now the execution process. Here, the PVM reads the Python intermediate code and line by line and convert it into the machine understandable language. Now, what is the machine understandable language? That is a binary code. It is read by the OS and processes and gives the final results. Now, let me show you with the help of diagram. See, what happens is, this is the execution process. We have saved the file with the name and with the .py extension. Then what does the Python compiler do? The compilation process takes place. It reads the source code line by line and checks for the syntaxes. Okay, and convert it into the intermediate code, that is sum.pyc. Sum.pyc. Now, it has converted it into the sum.pyc. This is the internal process. Okay. Then the execution process takes place. The PVM executes it line by line. Okay. PVM reads it line by line, the bytecode, and converts it into the machine understandable language. We know that machine always understands the binary code. Okay. And gives the result. And later it gives the result. So, in Python programming, execution, compilation process and execution process is taking place line by line conversion, and it is one of the interpretation-based programming language. And now what do we understand by PVM? As I've told you, the PVM converts it into the machine understandable language. PVM is nothing but the Python virtual machine. It is one of the program in Python software whose role is to read line by line of bytecode and converts it into the machine understandable code, that is a binary. Hope, is this clear to you? Is it clear? Is this clear to you? Any doubt? Students, if you have any doubt, just answer me in the chat box. No doubt. Okay, let's proceed further. Why it is called the high-level programming language? In general, we have two types of programming language. One is low-level programming language, and second is high-level programming language. Thank you, students, if it's clear to you. We have two types of programming language. One is low-level, and second is the high-level programming language. Now, But Python is a high-level programming language. Low-level programming languages, in these programming language, we represent the data in binary, octal, and hexadecimal, which is not understandable by the programmers and the end users. Right? In low-level programming language, the data will be present in binary, octal, and hexadecimal format. See, this is a binary format. This is a binary format. This is a octal format, and this is a hexadecimal decimal format. Is this understandable by the programmer and the end user? No. So this is the high level programming language. This is not the low level. Now in high level programming language, even if the data is in binary format, octal format, or in hexadecimal, it will automatically convert it into the decimal number system. Decimal number system is from 0 to 9, which is understandable by the end user and the programmer also. Right? That is the only reason it is called the high level programming language. Clear? Now let's go ahead. It is a robust language. Robust means strong. Told you. What do we understand by robust language? It is called robust or the strong language because of its exception handling. Exception handling means exceptions are nothing but the runtime errors. Whenever we run the program, we'll get the error, and that is called the exception. So whenever the exceptions takes place, it default generates the technical error messages. Okay? And exception handling means process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called the exception handling. Okay? Exception is what? Runtime errors generates by the which is the technical error messages. Now, handling with exceptions means converting the technical error messages into the user-friendly error messages in the exception handling. Like whenever we go to the ATM and we try to enter the invalid PIN, okay, some technical error messages take place, exceptions takes place, which converts it into the user-friendly error messages like invalid PIN. Like invalid PIN. Okay, so such type of handling, such type of technical error messages converts into the user-friendly error messages. Such type of exceptions will be handled because of this robust application. If the Python programmer uses exception handling in the Python program, it is robust. Now, extensible. Why it is extensible? See, Python programming gives its programming facility to the other programming languages also, like C++, which means Python code can also be written in the other languages like C++. Already discussed about it. So Python is one of the extensible programming languages. Embedded, it can call other languages coding segments for the fastest execution. Like it can call the C programming code also for its Python for its fastest execution. Now, extensive support for third-party APIs. As Python libraries can do many tasks and operations, but sometimes it is unable to solve some complex operations. So in order to solve those complex operations easily, it uses the third-party APIs like NumPy. Use NumPy for numerical calculations. It used Pandas for analysis tool, Matplotlib for data visualization. SciPy and Scikit is also useful. Okay, so it takes the support of third-party APIs in order to solve the complex operations. Is this clear? Is this clear to you guys? Any questions till now, students? No question. Ma'am, I can understand nothing. Muhammad Ali is asking me, is telling me that he cannot understand anything. Muhammad, this is a start. This is a scratch. Okay. I am telling you the features. So are you able to understand the English? If you can understand English, this is just a basic of programming language. Okay, when you'll get the PDF, just go through it, read it. Once you'll start practicing, you'll come to know about it. Okay, good. I'm just telling you, students, I'm just telling you the basics of Python programming coding. This is not a coding, this is just a Python programming language. So I'm just telling you the basics of this. What are the features? What are the benefits of using this? I've told you about the meaning of APIs. I've told you about the meaning of PVM. I've told you about the meaning of garbage collector. So this will be helpful for you. Don't you worry. Now we are going to talk about the identifiers and literals. Identifiers and literals in Python. Students, if we talk about literals, what do we understand by literals? It is nothing but values passing to the Python program. Literals are nothing but values passing to the Python program. Programmatically, when we write any Python program, we must enter inputs. We need to make the inputs. And whatever input we make, that is called literal or values. So all type of values are called literals. Okay? Literals are nothing but the values passing to the Python program. So whatever we write, whatever inputs we make, they are called literals or values in Python programming. All types of values are called literal. And in Python programming, we have 5 types of literals. They are integer, floating point, str, boolean, and collection literals. Right? I was showing you something. Class int, class float. So these all are the literals. When we were running the Python program, when I was making this is a class int. Int means integer. Float means floating point one. So I made it clear to you. Rest we'll discuss. Okay. Let's go ahead now. Now, all type of values are called literals, and we have integer literal, floating point literal, str literal, boolean, and collection. Now, what do we understand by identifiers? What do we understand by identifiers? Whenever we make any input or literal, they are stored in the main memory by allocating sufficient amount of memory space. Okay. So whenever we make any input or literals, they are stored in the main memory. Which is the main memory of computer? Tell me. If we pass 10 as a literal, will that be treated as an int or boolean? It will be treated as int. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what is the difference between int, float, bool, complex. Don't you mind? NSTR. Okay? Okay. Just first, I wanted to know that what is the difference between literals and identifiers. Now, whenever we enter input or literals, they are stored in the main memory by allocating the sufficient amount of memory space with the help of data type. Okay. So, To process the data which was stored in the main memory as a programmer, we must some distinct names, and these names must be used to identify the values stored in the main memory. They are called the identifiers. So the value of identifiers are changing on verifying during the program execution. Left side is identifier and right side is variables. This is what you want to say, right? One student is asking me, on the left side it is identifier, right side it is literal. Yes, it is. So we must give some distinct name. These names makes us to identify the values stored in the main memory, which are called the identifiers. Like A is equal to 10. In that, A is an identifier and 10 is a literal. A is an identifier and 10 is a literal. Now, values of identifiers are changing on verifying during the program execution, and hence identifiers are also called variables. Identifiers are also called the variables. So all types of inputs or literals must be stored in the form of variables. Clear? Clear? So all types of variables are the objects. As I've told you, that everything, whatever we stored, is stored in the form of objects. So all types of variables are called the objects. Now, definition of variable. Variable is an identifier whose values can be changed during the execution of the program. Now, there are some rules for using the identifiers or variables in the Python program. Students, you need to remember these rules. Please remember that if we want to use variable in Python, we need to follow some rules. One is, first rule is the variable name is a combination of alphabet, digit, and a special symbol. That is underscore only. Student Parth is asking me some question. Students, don't get excited. I'll tell you each and everything. Step by step, we'll proceed. Step by step, we'll proceed. Okay? I'll tell you, this is just start. I'll tell you each and everything. All the questions will be solved. See, first you need to follow some rules. Variable's name is a combination of alphabet, digits, and a special symbol underscore only. Please remember this. It should be alphabet, digit, and a special symbol, which is underscore only. First letter of variable name must start with either with an alphabet or underscore. First letter of variable, it should be with the alphabet or underscore. Let me show you. Let me show you with the help of example. Like if I'll write one ABC is equal to 5.6. This is invalid. Invalid decimal literal. Now if I'll write ABC is equal to 100, this is valid. This is acceptable. Now if I'll use underscore ABC is equal to 100, this is also acceptable. This is also acceptable. But in spite of this, if I write some alphabet, 2ABC is equal to 200. It is not acceptable. So there are some rules which we need to follow. Now, in spite of underscore, if I'll use some special symbol like @ ABC is equal to 100. Again, error. Now, if I write @ or hash ABC, if I write is equal to 100, we will get the output. Why? Because hash is used. Hash is used for commenting purpose. Hash is used for commenting purpose. But in spite of this, if I write any other symbol and 123 is equal to 22 and is not acceptable. And is not acceptable. But if I write underscore 1 2b is equal to 100, this is acceptable. Is this clear, students? Is this clear you? I'll show you example also. I'll show you the examples I have mentioned here. 1 ABC is equal to 23. This is invalid. If I'll write sal 123 is equal to 45, that is acceptable. Why? Why? Because as I've told you that it can be a combination of alphabet digits or special symbol, that is underscore. But the first letter should always start with the alphabet or underscore only. Clear? Is this clear, students? Please confirm in the chat box. Is this clear to you? Let's go ahead. Very good. Very good. Students, I want my session to be very interactive. I don't want, because I don't know whether you people are understanding or not. So please be interactive with me. Now let's go ahead. Now, no special symbols are allowed. No special symbols. Where and how can I watch all the past sessions? Mohammed, have you joined the WhatsApp group? Yes. In the WhatsApp group today only, you have got the first session's YouTube video where you can actually go through it. Okay? They have already posted the YouTube video. You can go through it. Okay. Now, no special symbol are allowed within variable except underscore. And if I'll use hash, it is used for commenting in Python. Told you, students? Told you? Hash is used for commenting in Python. How? Let me show you. Let me show you. See, let's go ahead. If I'll write salary is equal to 45. Now, if I'll write salary of employee, for that if I'm using sal hash employee is equal to 56, we'll get 45 only. Why? Because hash employee is taken as comment. It is taken as comment. So hash employee is equal to 56 is taken as comment. So salary will be, it will considered salary only. That is 45. Now if I'll write hash salary, no answer. Hash salary is equal to 45. It is saved, but it will be taken as the comment. Clear? See, I have given lot many examples. I have given many examples which you need to practice. Okay, now let's go ahead. No keywords to be used as variable names. No keywords will be used as variable names. Keywords are reserved in the programming language and they have some special meanings. Okay, like we cannot use else. We cannot use else or if. If we write to use If and else, they are the special keywords. They are the special keywords. Let me show you. If I write if is equal to 45, see, it is an invalid syntax. Else is equal to 45, invalid syntax. But in spite of this, if I use a underscore if is equal to 45, it is acceptable. If I'll use underscore else is equal to 45, it is acceptable. So if and else, they are reserved for the programming language and they have some specific meaning. They have some specific. My request to join the WhatsApp group with Python 184 is still pending with the group admin for approval. Part. Okay, I'll try. I'll talk to them. I'll talk to them about it. And in case you have any queries, you can always contact our support team. I have already given you the numbers of the support team, or you can mail them. They are always there to help you out. Okay. Okay. They don't reply. Are you people calling them? Mohammed, are you calling them? You texted them. You texted them or you mailed them. Student, don't text them. If you mail them, they will definitely reply, or if you call them, they will definitely. On WhatsApp, no, they will not respond on the WhatsApp, dear. You cannot go ahead with the WhatsApp. You need to call them, or you can mail them on support@Logic Labs. As soon as you will mail, you will immediately get the response. If you mail them, you will immediately get the response from them. Okay. So it's better you'll mail them on the support@logiclabstech.com. Or you can call them from 9 to 7. Okay. Now, all the variable names are case sensitive. All the variable names are case sensitive. Right. If you write age is equal to 19, that is also bad. It can be in the uppercase, it can be in the lowercase, it can be in the upper and lowercase mix. So whatever you write, you will get the answer. It's not like that you won't get the answer. Clear? It is always recommend to use the user-friendly variables. Valid user-friendly variables like name of my, just a second, my school. Space, if we'll write, it will take it as a special thing. Is equal to RV. RV. It is C. RV is not defined. RV is not defined. Now, if I write name of school, is equal to RV is not defined here. Okay. Just a second. Let me take one more time. Let me take total salary of an employee is equal to 45. It is acceptable. Now, if I write total salary of an employee is equal to 45. Is it acceptable? No. 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 Now, in case if I write it is accepted. So it is not recommended to use like this. We cannot, because if we write like this, space will be considered as a special symbol, which is not acceptable. Okay, so we can write total underscore salary underscore employee is equal to 45, which is accepted. Okay, and recommended also. Recommended also. Yes, Shruti. Please unmute yourself
Yeah, could you just show me the screen that
with the
ex
code.
yeah, code screen. Yeah, why it is not taken that name of school equals RV?
It has not taken name of school equals to RV. Why? Because RV is not, RV is not acceptable. RV is something which is not defined. I have not defined it RV. Okay, we
Okay,
need to define it. Otherwise, whenever we want to go ahead with this, we need to define it always. Whenever we'll go ahead with the programs, I'll tell you about it, why it is not acceptable.
or else can we give something like uh, can you give name underscore of school underscore equals
Is equal
uh,
to army. I have given you, I have just shown you this thing. But if I'll write like this, because it's already there. See, salary of an employee, it's already there. Salary is equal to 45. I
okay,
have already explained it. That is why it has taken it.
okay,
If I'll write like this, name of school, if I'll write name of school is equal to, just a second, one question is there.
uh,
Do we need to put yes, yes, yes,
oh, sorry, okay,
yes?
no,
We need to put that in the quotes. We need to put them in the quotes. That is why I'm telling you, once we'll proceed with the programming, we'll proceed further because some of the students will get confused. Okay, we need to put them in the quotes. And why we need to put them in the quotes, I'll tell you. Okay,
okay,
is this clear?
yeah,
Because if I'll write like this, some of the students will not understand. So, and the salary is already defined here, 45. Salary is equal to 45, so it is taking. It is considering it.
so you mean to say that we need to mention it in the quotes?
Yes, yes. But right now, I'll tell you why each and everything I'll tell you when we'll proceed further. This will be considered, this will be taking as, see, if I'll write, just a second. If I'll write name of, sorry, school is equal to R, right? It is acceptable.
Yeah, now it has taken.
Yes, I'll tell you why I done this. Just not to make, I don't want to make you confused because this is an STR type. Okay, so right now I'm not teaching you all those types. I'm just giving you the examples. So I don't want to other students to get confused.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
thanks.
one of the students like Ali, he's very new to in our batch and he has no knowledge about programming. So I don't want to get him confused. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
discuss it. We'll discuss it. Don't you worry.
yeah, sure, thanks.
Okay, fine. Now, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. So as I've told you, yes. So I didn't write it. I didn't write it just not in to make it confusion. I don't want to some of the students to get confused. Salary was already defined, so that is why I wrote 45. Okay. So today we have discussed about today we have discussed about we have discussed about the literals. identifiers and variables also, and literals in Python. Identifiers, literals, and variables. So hope this is clear to you, students? Hope this is clear to you. So next session will be on the data science in Python, which we'll discuss tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll take the quick recap of what we have discussed today in the class. Okay, students? Is this okay? Any questions till now? Students who has questions can stay with me, rest can leave the session. Okay. Yes. Anusha, tell me.
Yes, ma'am. So I have a doubt. So will this program like this Python will help in data science? Because basically I'm learning this to, I mean, this Python to get into data analytics.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
It's so if you want to go ahead with data science or data analytics, you need to have the knowledge of Python. This will definitely help you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I heard it's a lengthy program, right?
It's a
So,
just a see, just we have just started from the basic to we'll
mhm,
be going to advanced. Okay, basic to advanced. This course is basics to advanced. Once the basics will be clear to you, but if you'll try to learn, see, 11 years has taken to make this program. So of
okay.
course it is lengthy. It is lengthy program. So it
Mm-hmm.
totally depends on you how fast you can actually learn. You need to attend the sessions, you need to practice, you'll be the master. Don't give up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, any other student? Definitely, definitely. This is what a student wanted to see. Claudine, this is what you wanted to see. From top. See. Thank you. Any other student? Any questions from your guys? No, you will be able to, dear. You will be able to. It's nothing like that. You cannot download it. Are you downloading it from its official website? No, here you will be able to. Have you got the screen like this? Download 3.11. Click on this. See, it's downloading. Just click on this. You will be able to download. Okay, students. Anything else I can help you with? No questions. Okay, students, chill. So take care of yourself and please practice this. Go to, if any of you has any queries, regarding our team, contact our support team and they will definitely help you out. Till then, students, take care of yourself. Bye. Good night.